you align two seemingly opposite teams, IT and marketing. My name is Chad Collette. I'm the Director of Marketing here at LedU Partners, where we help businesses transform their approach to sales, marketing, and customer service by aligning these teams to focus on improving their customers' experience through CRM like Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Salesforce, as well as marketing automation tools like ClickDimensions, who I'm happy to have joining us today. Now, before I introduce our presenter, I have just a couple quick housekeeping items that I want to cover. Today's webinar is being recorded and will be available on demand after the session. Now, all attendees will receive a follow-up email after the webinar is complete with a link to access the presentation. Now, please make sure to add @ledupartners.com to your safe sender list so you can really ensure deliverability of our emails directly to your inbox. Now, to ensure the best audio quality, we have everyone on listen-only mode. But if you have a question, and we do really encourage those, please submit those in the question pane of your GoToWebinar control panel. Now, we have a lot of information to get through today, but we will follow up within 24 hours and answer all the questions that are submitted. Now that we got those details out of the way, on to our main focus for today, aligning IT and marketing. Now, we always hear about the struggle to align sales and marketing, but many people forget about the need to align with IT. Thanks to technological advances and sweeping changes in consumer behavior, IT and marketing need to converge like never before. Now, but just because these roles need to come together doesn't mean that they are, or that they're working together in harmony. Now, to give us some expert insight on how to bring these two teams together, I'm excited to welcome Stacy with ClickDimensions. Now, I know if reviewing the information leading up to the webinar, you're in store for some great tips and tools that can really make a difference. Stacy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Excellent, Chad. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, let's dive in. So in regards to our discussion today, first off, I'm just going to give you a little bit of introduction and background first off on ClickDimensions. Then what we're going to actually dive into a little bit more is really the IT and marketing relationship as it stands today. Then we're actually going to take a little bit of a dive into the benefits that your organization can really experience when you align IT and marketing together, and really kind of dive into a little bit more of the best practices for IT and marketing to truly be aligned with one another to really optimize it for the organization. And then if we do have a little bit more time, we'll certainly dive into just a quick general overview demo of ClickDimensions. And as Chad mentioned, definitely feel free to drop in any questions in the chat pane. If we aren't able to get to them, we'll make sure to follow up with you guys within 24 hours. All right, thanks so much, and let's begin. So first off, just a little bit of background here with ClickDimensions. Now, keep in mind, ClickDimensions is the only complete marketing solution for Microsoft Dynamics, and it's made exclusively and natively built within the Dynamics environment. Now, what ClickDimensions does is we actually provide multi-channel marketing automation technology, a marketing dashboard for deeper insights into marketing results and revenue impact, and really truly a full range of world-class support and services. And all these things combined are really designed to ensure success for marketers at organizations that use Dynamics 365. Now, when we look at it here, the proliferation of software as a service versus, an on-premise solutions has really played a big part in shaping the IT function in recent years. So keep in mind, just going back a little bit, before SaaS, IT teams had much more on-premise infrastructure to manage and maintain. And in many of those organizations, they now focus on making software work better for the company, from evaluation to implementation to ongoing use. And if you look at it on the marketing side of things, today, digital and really inbound marketing right now are really the main focus. And the data is really the hottest commodity that they have. And so what this means is that marketing is now powered by technology. And marketing technology actually continues to flourish with more than 7,000 solutions on the market today. And individual organizational marketing stacks really continue to grow as businesses meet more and really a lot more of their marketing challenges with technology. So when we look at everything as a whole, given the state of things, if marketing really hopes to increasingly adopt more technology and IT hopes to maintain oversight into all the technologies used by the organization, the two teams are really going to have to come together. But beyond the necessary of having to work together, doing so really is going to have a lot of benefits for your organization. So getting right into it, the relationship between marketing and IT has traditionally fallen into one of these two camps, really rocky or non-existent. But the ways of the past, you have to keep in mind, they really aren't going to pave the way for success in the future. So instead, high-performing organizations today that, cooperation, collaboration across departments, that is really going to be essential. And when we're looking at this, here are really the 5 biggest benefits of IT and marketing working together, okay? So first off, the first one I brought up was really the improved customer experience. Now, when we looked at improved customer experience, that really talks about collaborating with marketing, whose focus really is increasingly on the customer experience. Now, the IT teams, they really get more insight into customer needs and wants. And what this can do is really help them better understand from an IT perspective how the customers benefit from the technology under their purview, and based on this understanding can really hone in their ability to be able to really evaluate, implement, and maintain customer-facing solutions. All right, now the second one we're looking at is really looking at a shift from a singular to an integrated mindset. And what that really means is IT professionals, they're really often tasked with managing individual systems rather than types of systems. So what happens then is, as the marketing technology stack grows, IT increasingly moves from looking at singular systems to more of an integrated mindset. And an integrated IT mindset is going to be a lot more beneficial for achieving business goals and increasing organization agility. All right, when we look at 3, we're looking at better data management. Now, obviously, data is king, and with the explosion of data available today, it's really unrealistic to expect one business function to manage it all efficiently and effectively. Instead, we really need to look at IT and marketing, that they should be working together to ensure the proper processes and technology is in place for successful data management. Number 4, we're going to look at changing organizational culture. Now, when we look at changing organizational culture, if we step back for a little bit separately, marketing and IT have really significant potential to impact culture, with marketing driving and brand, and IT really managing the technology side of things. And bringing these two together is really going to be a force for cultural change, because they can really better enable communications and collaboration organization-wide. And as an employee, if we're looking at examples, marketing really creates employee communications, while IT maintains the solution that will deploy them, such as the intranet. Now, another benefit that we have is number 5, which is selecting and implementing the best technology. So when the marketing team is really looking at implementing a new technology, they have a long list of criteria they must consider, including what problems they need to address, the ease of use, how it's going to improve their marketing initiatives, and more. And when IT looks at it, their evaluation criteria, that looks very different from marketing's. They have to really look at factors as integration, data security, reliability being a concern. And bringing these two lists together really ensures that organizations truly do select the very best technology, not just from a functionality standpoint, but technically too. All right, so let's take a deeper dive now into the best practices for IT and marketing alignment. So the first thing I want to dive into is really respecting the differences. So really, despite now being more similar than ever, IT and marketing, they're still very different business functions that attract very different types of people. So marketing, that really does focus on driving revenue and customer retention, while if you look at the IT side of things, IT's priorities really do center on data security, avoiding risk, ensuring systems function as expected. So when you're aligning IT and marketing teams, it's really important to respect these differences. And by doing that, you need to acknowledge the expertise and the traits that each side really does bring to the table, and truly look at formulating a plan for how best to really utilize these strengths and knowledge for success. So when we look at number 2, we're looking at conducting an audit. Now, when we conduct an audit, you need to ask a lot of these different questions. First off is, what technologies are in place? You know, what systems are on the implementation to-do lists? Who actually owns this? Who's going to take ownership of this? You know, who has access to the data? These are just some of the questions you're going to want to address when you're aligning IT and marketing together. And it's really also important to document current processes that exist between the two departments, because keep in mind, while these may change as the two teams align more closely to one another, knowing where everything stands at the present time is really going to help both parties determine if that's the most effective way to move forward in the future. All right, let's dive into number 3, is really look at creating a shared vision. So keep in mind that while conducting an audit of the present state of the IT and marketing relationship takes time to map out what the future looks like as well. You need to be able to do that. And by doing that, you need to discuss how working together is really going to help the organization achieve its goals, as well as those of each department and even each individual team member. So what you'll want to look at doing is really create a shared vision for the future of the working relationship and what can be done, what can be accomplished together, and really define the next steps of how you're going to get there. Excuse me. Number 4, let's look on agree on roles and responsibilities. So let's face it, problems between IT and marketing departments sometimes they do arise from disagreements regarding who takes the lead on a given project or process. So what you'll want to do at that point is really take steps back to stop these conflicts in their tracks by defining and documenting roles and responsibilities for the two teams and their individual team members. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that you're rigid enough in these definitions that things don't end up falling through the cracks, because at that point, what happens is it really causes frustration to mount. So you'll have to be flexible enough in your approach that you can continue, to make changes organizational wide to be able to accommodate. Now, also what you want to look at is be sure IT and marketing have equal opportunities for leadership in their interactions so that IT and marketing can truly form a true partnership. All right, let's look at number 5. Is to meet regularly. So when we're talking about meeting regularly, in many organizations, IT and marketing, they aren't in the habit of meeting on a regular basis together. However, it's exactly this type of communication that is going to help bring out the alignment that you ultimately want to have happen between these two departments. Now, the meetings, they don't have to be as frequently as weekly, but often enough where they become established and expected. For instance, monthly, that is a great option to be able to look at. The agenda, keep in mind, it can be flexible, but really be sure that empathy plays a role in the part of the discussions. Now, each team, they should really strive to be able to better understand the pressures faced by the other department, as well as the current priorities and those that are on the horizon. So even if what's discussed has nothing to do with one another on the surface, in the end, all of this building together, it's all part of a deepening understanding, resolving problems, and truly ultimately aligning IT and marketing together. So when we're looking at this with final thoughts, once upon a time, IT and marketing, if you looked at it on the surface, they could not have lived in more different worlds. Now, really, thanks to the technology advances that have been happening and sweeping changes in consumer behavior, IT and marketing really must converge like never before. Now, what I would like to do is dive in a little bit to ClickDimensions to really show you how your marketing automation platform can sit perfectly right in your 365 environment, so that IT really has, you know, the control of that technology, but it really empowers the marketing team to be able to do all their marketing activities in one cohesive area with all the reporting capabilities. So let's just dive in. All right. Right now, just to let you know, I'm in the new United interface. We easily work within that. Now, if you're still using the classic version of the CRM view, we also do work with the classic version as well. And I also wanted to point out that we do work with online and on-premise CRM with Dynamics. So first things first, you know, I wanted to go over the email editors that we have. We have a wide variety of editors, whether it's more of a drag and drop, a wizard approach kind of a guide, or if you even like to do it 100% from scratch for the HTML code, we definitely have a platform for you in terms of creating emails. So the one I'm going to show you today is probably one of our most popular ones. That is going to be our drag and drop editor. So what I do here is I can easily, you know, pick a layout to choose from. We also have feature templates that are already automatically built out where you can easily alter. But when I pick one, what's nice about it is I can easily be able to alter it. You know, I can easily, like I'm doing right now, take out text boxes if I want to. I can be able to upload images to the image manager, section out with folders for easy organization. I can easily do Photoshop type functionality if I wanted to. I can create an Instagram filter if I'd like, you know, crop it, resize it, put text on it. So I definitely do have Photoshop type features within the editor tool. Another thing to keep in mind is with text or image, I can link it to something specific. So I can easily link this to a website link, email, click to phone if they're using a mobile device, a document, a subscription page, or even a ClickDimensions survey or a landing page. Another thing is you're going to really have the power to truly be able to personalize this message even far beyond just a first or a last name. So let's say you want to send out an email to all of your existing clients and you want to address them all by their first name. All you have to do is click this person icon right here, and any fields that you have in the owner, lead, contact, or account records, and then all the fields that you have within those records, those are going to be accessible to you. So you're truly going to have the power to be able to personalize this even far beyond just a first or a last name. Another thing to keep in mind is, let's face it, when people are viewing your message, they're viewing it from a wide variety of devices. Some people are viewing it from their desktop, others from their mobile device. So when you look at this drag and drop has responsive design already built into it. So regardless if someone's viewing this from their desktop or from their mobile device, it truly is going to be a great user experience regardless of the device they're viewing this from. And obviously with marketers, I know how important image and branding is. So by all means, if you guys have specific shades of color that you love to work with, you know, whether it's for the background colors or the text colors, pop in those color codes so it's going to be able to match and complement your exact color code specifications. And you can easily, you know, put in boxes, take them away, put in social sharing links. Now, another real time saver with this is that, let's say as the marketer, you created this template, you love the look and feel of it, so you want to be able to easily make modifications to it in the future without having to always start from scratch. Save to my templates. So what would happen then is I'm going to, if I save it, anytime then I open up this editor, instead of going to basic layouts or featured templates, I'm going to go to my templates and I can easily pick out a template to work off of, so I really don't have to start from scratch if I don't want to. All right, I want to dive a little bit now into, you know, the sending of the email and really all the great data behind the scenes of it. So now when you send out an email, ClickDimensions is very user-friendly to do. First off, again, since we're going to be 100% native right into that 365 environment of yours, All what's going to happen is that you can attach the email template you already made, put in the subject line, attach this data to a newsletter. Keep in mind, just a reminder on data, I mean, data definitely is king, and all the data, all the functionality and features that you're going to be able to use with ClickDimensions, you can easily pop in that data into dashboards and views in your CRM environment to easily measure the different metrics you want to measure off of. So when I'm looking at this, I can easily upload, you don't have to worry, since we're going to be native into your CRM, you don't have to worry about exporting marketing lists out to send out communications or importing things back in. Truly, whichever marketing list is in your CRM environment that you want to send to, just click which marketing list you want to send to and they'll appear right here. You can also do multiple marketing lists at the same time if you want. Now, after you send out the email, ClickDimensions email, there's going to be a lot of great data that you're going to be able to have access to behind the scenes. So when I look at this data, I can look at, hey, we sent this email out to 171 individuals. I can see how many times, the open rates, the click rates. I can easily see, are people doing this more from their desktop versus their mobile device? Conversions is probably my favorite view because I can quickly and easily see how many emails were delivered, how many unique clickers, how many unique opens. Let's say you guys put in a ClickDimensions web form or a survey into that email send. I could see how many web forms or surveys were completed as a result of the email send, and how many website visits were attributed to the email send. Another thing I can look at is recipients. I could see all the names of the individuals that received this email, how many times they opened it, how many times they clicked inside it. If I really wanted to, I could easily be able to see exactly when they opened it up and exactly what links they clicked on. Heat map. I can visually be able to see the top links that people are clicking on by percentage point. Now, I could see what are the most attention-grabbing headlines, what are people most interested in. Now, don't get me wrong, these percentage points, they're going to be great to look at, but they're not actually telling you guys the full story. So if you want more specifics on who's actually doing the clicking, go to this click report right here. And at that point, what I could see is, for instance, on this link, I could see that 9 individuals clicked on the link 10 times. I'm going to click on that name. I'm going to click on that link, and then all of a sudden what's going to happen is all the names are going to show of those individuals that specifically clicked on that link in that newsletter. Now, for instance, this individual clicked on the link on this link twice. Now, let's say I want to find out a little bit more information on this person. I'm going to click on that person's name, and that right there is going to take me to that actual person's contact record in the CRM. All right, and one thing I did want to review with you guys, obviously I dived right into emails, but I wanted to step back for a moment and just kind of show you the overall features of ClickDimensions. Obviously, we just kind of dived right into email marketing, but we also, with our marketing platform, we have events management. So if you guys do any in-person or online events where you utilize a GoToWebinar, a WebEx, an Eventbrite, you can easily be able to integrate that inside your CRM environment to easily be able to market to those participants. We also do have social marketing, so you can easily be able to do a basic post right from within your CRM environment. But then if you do have a more robust social media strategy where you want enhanced analytics, you want social listening, you want content curation, then we do have a social engagement add-on module available as well. Now with our campaign automation, what's going to be great about that is that's really is going to be an amazing hub for your team to be able to create a visual type of roadmap where you can easily schedule out and send out series of emails, but also route people on different paths of communication based on how they interact. We also do have SMS text messaging. So if that's anything in your marketing mix, we do work with currently bulk SMS, Twilio, or MessageNet. So if you do have a subscription with one of those providers, then what's going to happen is you're easily going to be able to integrate that inside your 365 environment via ClickDimensions to easily be able to send out text messages to a bulk marketing list or even just one-off SMS text messages. Now we also do lead scoring, so you can easily measure people's level of engagement with you based on web form submissions, website visits, clicks inside emails. We also do web intelligence. We have full training and support. We also have landing pages, surveys, and also forms as well. And like I mentioned earlier, all the great data that you're getting from utilizing these different functions and features, you're easily going to be able to pop that data into dashboards and views right within your 365 environment, so you can easily measure the different metrics you want to measure off of. So why ClickDimensions then and Dynamics 365 makes such an ultimate combo for not only IT departments, but marketing departments and organizations, is because we're truly an integrated solution. So from an IT perspective, what's great about this is that we're truly just a managed solution that's going to sit into the tables of your CRM environment. So from the IT side, you're not going to have to worry about having a connector, having data here, data there, data everywhere. It truly is all going to be right in your 365 environment. And then all the data that you're getting from utilizing the different functions and features, easily pop that data into dashboards and views right inside your 365 environment, so you can easily measure the different metrics you want to measure off of. So everything in your CRM then is truly going to be one central hub of truth. Now, from the marketing side of things, what's going to make this so powerful is you're not going to have to worry about using multiple systems. From the marketing standpoint, all the functionality and features I'm just showing you right now, you're easily going to be able to do right from within your CRM environment. So it's just going to make it one cohesive place for everything to reside in. So continuing on with this, I actually wanted to show you now what is all the great data that you're going to be able to get with ClickDimensions in the person's contact record. So let's say, for instance, Kevin is my client. I can easily see all the great data that you're going to have on Kevin in the contact record. But when you add ClickDimensions to it, it truly is going to add a whole nother layer of transparency. So I can easily see from Kevin's contact record any ClickDimensions emails we've ever sent Kevin. How many times he opened up the emails, how many times he clicked inside the emails. If I really wanted to, I could drill down and see exactly what he opened it up and what links he clicked on. I can see any web pages of ours that Kevin has ever been on. How long was he on each page for? Any forums or surveys he's ever completed with us. I can do that as well. And I can even specifically drill down and see what he filled out on the forums or surveys. Another thing is I already showed you how to send out to a marketing list, but there may be time situations you want to send a one-off email with all the great tracking capabilities behind it. So I do this, I click on the ClickDimensions Quick Send, and any of these email templates, if you're making an email template and you want to send it off as a one-off email, mark it as Quick Send when you're making it. It'll appear right here. Now, when I did this, I actually made this look like an Outlook looking type of email, so I can easily modify this if I want to. I can save it, refresh, changes were made. At that point, I click the send button, and from Kevin's contact record, anytime he opened up the email or clicked on the email, all that information is going to be right there. All right, now we're going to dive a little bit into campaign automation. So what's really powerful about our campaign automation is that's going to be the place where you're easily going to be able to create a visual type of roadmap, where you can easily schedule out and send out series of emails and route people on different paths of communication based on how they interact. So in this scenario, what we ended up doing was we sent out an email to a marketing list, okay? So what we did at that point was we put a trigger in there that said, all right, anyone that opened up this email, let's send those individuals down this path where a task was created and a user was notified to follow up with them personally. Alternatively, what we did was anyone that did not open up this email, they just ignored it. We sent those individuals down an alternative path where we put in a wait timer that said, all right, we're going to wait for 3 days. and we're going to send them out another follow-up email just to try to grab their attention one last time. Now, when we look at this with actions, it's not even just the sending of an email that you can do. You can add them to a marketing list. You can assign it to someone, create a task, a workflow, a campaign response. You know, you can incorporate for triggers. It's not even just an email interaction that can route someone on a different path of communication. It can be if they submitted a ClickDimensions web form, a subscription, a survey. And keep in mind, all these interactions, anytime an email is opened, anytime a website link is clicked on, all that information is going to flow into everyone's personal contact records, just like I showed you with Kevin's. And then if we, with our templates that we have, you could start from scratch if you want to, or we do have custom templates already kind of built out that you could easily be able to use and modify if you wanted. All right, let's look a little bit now at web forms. So when we're looking at web forms, what's nice about this is 9 times out of 10 with marketers, I see on their website a web form, and a lot of times when someone fills it out, it just goes into someone's inbox and sits there until someone works it. Now with ClickDimensions, when you guys have a ClickDimensions web form, there's going to be a lot more efficiencies that you can automatically put in place to really streamline it and make it a lot more effective. So first off, you know, this is a ClickDimensions web form. So if you fill this out and click the submit button, a few things are automatically going to happen. First off, it's going to write automatically into the CRM, just like I showed you earlier on Kevin's contact record. Now, email address, that's the key identifier. So if someone goes to your website, fills out this ClickDimensions web form, and that email address is in your CRM, that form then just attaches to that person's already identified contact record. Now, alternatively, if someone goes to your website and their email address is not in your CRM today, that web form would come in and create you as either a lead or a contact. Just a matter of how that web form was built out. And then when you design it, it's very user-friendly to do this. You know, you just create a new field, it retains in here just like a library, and you literally can drag it in and drop it over. Actions, these are automatic actions that can happen behind the scenes. So not only is it going to write automatically into the CRM, but you can also add them to a marketing list. Create a task or a phone call to have someone follow up with them personally. An email notification, a team notification, a campaign response, assign it to someone specific. And to embed it, there's a few different ways to embed. You can embed it as a widget or an iframe or as a direct link in an email. I will say we also do have surveys. Now, what's great with our survey tool is it has a similar look and feel to the web forms, but what's also going to happen with that is that really is going to give you guys the ability to be able to do multiple page surveys. You can also incorporate skip logic if you want to. So if someone answers a question a certain way, you can easily skip them down to another level of questioning. And then with our landing pages, we also do have landing page functionality where you can easily create landing pages from your CRM. And to make them a real call to action, you can actually easily embed a ClickDimensions web form into that to be able to collect all that great data from someone that's visiting that landing page. All right, let's look now a little bit more at web intelligence. So with web intelligence, what's nice about that is you can see all the general visits that are going onto your website. And then if someone is already in this contact area, that means they've already been identified with ClickDimensions. And you're identified with ClickDimensions with one of two ways. Either you fill out a form with ClickDimensions or you click on a link in an email that was sent out via ClickDimensions. I already showed you all the great data that you're able to get once someone already is identified with ClickDimensions, as I showed you earlier in that contact record. But what's great with ClickDimensions also is you see these individuals where nothing is in the leader contact area, it's just completely blank. That means that that's an anonymous visitor. So they've never filled out a form with us, they've never clicked on a link in an email that was sent out to them via ClickDimensions. However, even though they haven't been properly identified yet, we're still monitoring and measuring every single move they make with us. And I'm going to show you why that is so important. So when we go to anonymous visitors, what's great about that is, again, these are all the visitors that have never been properly identified with us before. But if I go on, for instance, I click on one and I go to page views, you know, I can literally see day after day, page after page, every page they've been on, how long were they on each page for. Now, when the time comes with this individual either clicks on a link in an email that was sent out via ClickDimensions or fills a form that via ClickDimensions, and they do become identified, all this web browser history from when they're an anonymous visitor is then going to be tied to their now identified contact record. So truly, you guys, once you get ClickDimensions up and running on your website, for instance, from that point going forward, when someone goes to your website and kind of starts clicking around to when they do become identified, you're going to have all this web browser history to look back on to see how long have they been interested in you, what have they been checking you out for. So you're truly going to have a 360-degree view of that person's level of interaction with you. And really, you guys, bringing this all together, all this data that you're getting from utilizing these different functions and features, whether it's ClickDimensions, web forms, surveys, email stats, again, all the data is going to be inside your CRM environment, so you can easily measure the different metrics you want to measure off of and put in those dashboards and views so you really can have visibility into what's working and what's not. All right, and tying this all together, the great thing is that since you guys are working with LedgeView, is a ClickDimensions certified partner. So if you guys would do the ClickDimensions subscription, they would be able to do the ClickDimensions onboarding for your team to really set you guys up for success. But in addition to that, what's going to happen is you guys are going to have unlimited access to our ClickDimensions help site, which truly does a great job of doing step-by-step documentation, visual documentation on all the different functionality and features of ClickDimensions. And we also do have a password-protected academy that really even takes a deeper dive into the functionality and features of ClickDimensions, just to make sure you guys have all the continued guidance as you guys are building out your processes and truly getting the most out of the tool. All right, well, at this point, what I would like to do then is I'd like to bring this over to Chad back to LedgeView.
Thanks for all that great information, Stacy. I'm hoping that everyone took away some great ideas on how to align your IT and your marketing teams together with the use of ClickDimensions. As we look to wrap things up today, I want to remind you that both ClickDimensions and LedgeView Partners have a slew of resources on their websites, including a lot of ebooks, infographics, countless on-demand webinars, and also weekly tips from our blog that not only focus on CRM and marketing automation, but thought leadership topics for sales, marketing, customer service, and IT. And you can find them all at ledgewpartners.com. Now, if anyone would like additional information or a personal demo, and that's really how to see that this tool can work for you, please contact us and we'd be happy to show you up close how ClickDimensions can be an asset to your entire organization beyond just sales and marketing. Now with that, I want to wish everybody a great rest of your day. Please make sure to fill out the survey after you log off and let us know what future topics you want us to see covered in these webinars, in our blogs, ebooks, and videos, and provide us feedback on what you saw and heard today. I want to thank you so much and have a wonderful day.